Did you know that 90% of new investors lose money in their first year? That's right, 9 out of 10 people who dive into investing end up with less than they started. But here's the kicker. It's not because the market is rigged, or because you need a finance degree to succeed. It's because beginners make the same avoidable mistakes over and over again. Want to know what they are, so you can avoid them and actually build wealth? Stick with me, because I'm about to reveal the 7 deadly mistakes beginners make when investing their money. And trust me, number 6 will blow your mind. Let's dive into the problem. Why do so many people fail at investing? You've probably seen those Instagram gurus promising you'll turn $1,000 into $1 million by next Tuesday. Or maybe you've heard your coworker brag about their foolproof stock picks. But here's the truth. Investing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a game of strategy, patience, and avoiding traps that most beginners fall into headfirst. The mystery is, why do smart, hardworking people keep making these same blunders? By the end of this video, you'll not only know the 7 biggest mistakes, but also how to sidestep them to start building real wealth. Let's get started. Mistake number 1, chasing hot tips like they're lottery tickets. Picture this: you're at a family barbecue, and your cousin Steve, who still lives in his mom's basement, swears he's got the next big stock pick. Buy this crypto coin. It's going to the moon, he says, waving a chicken wing in one hand and his phone in the other. Or maybe you're scrolling X and see a random influencer hyping up a guaranteed stock that's about to explode. So you throw your money in without a second thought. Sounds familiar? Here's the brutal truth. Hot tips are almost always a recipe for disaster. Why? Because by the time a stock or crypto is trending, the big players have already made their money, and you're just buying at the peak. In 2021, countless beginners jumped into meme stocks like GameStop after they skyrocketed, only to watch their investments crash days later. The lesson: don't invest based on hype. Do your own research, or you're just gambling with your money. But here's the thing. What's even worse than chasing hot tips? Stick around for mistake number 2, because it's a trap even savvier investors fall into. Mistake number 2, putting all your eggs in one basket. Imagine you've got $10,000 to invest. You decide to go all in on one company because you're convinced it's the next Amazon. Maybe it's a tech startup or a shiny new EV company. You're so sure it's a winner that you bet everything. Then, boom, a bad earnings report, a lawsuit, or a market crash, and your entire portfolio is wiped out. This is called a lack of diversification, and it's a rookie mistake that can cost you everything. In 2008, thousands of investors lost their life savings betting big on banks like Lehman Brothers, thinking they were too big to fail. Spoiler alert, they weren't. The fix? Spread your money across different asset classes, bonds, real estate, maybe even some crypto if you're feeling spicy. That way, if one investment tanks, your whole portfolio doesn't go down with it. But here's a question. What's more dangerous than putting all your money in one stock? You won't believe mistake number 3. Mistake number 3, trying to time the market. Picture yourself staring at your phone, watching stock prices go up and down like a roller coaster, thinking, I'll buy when it dips just a little more, or I'll sell when it hits its peak. Sounds smart, right? It's wrong. Timing the market is like trying to predict the weather in a hurricane. Even the pros get it wrong most of the time. In 2020, when the market crashed at the start of the pandemic, tons of beginners sold their stocks in a panic, locking in huge losses. Meanwhile, those who held on saw the market recover and hit all-time highs just months later. Studies show that investors who try to time the market underperform. Those who just invest consistently over time by a whopping 5% per year, that's a fortune lost over a decade. The solution? Use a strategy called dollar cost, averaging invest a fixed amount regularly, no matter what the market's doing. It's boring, but it works. But wait, if timing the market is bad, what's the one thing that's even worse? Let's talk about mistake number 4, and this one's a real gut punch. Mistake number 4, ignoring fees that eat your profits alive. Imagine you're at a buffet, piling your plate high with food, but every time you take a bite, someone sneaks up and takes half of it. That's what high fees do to your investments. Beginners often overlook the fees they're paying, whether it's trading commissions, mutual fund expense ratios, or financial advisor charges. These might seem small, like 1% or 2%, but over time, they compound and devour your returns. For example, if you invest $10,000 and earn 7% annually, but pay a 2% fee, you'll lose over $30,000 in 30 years compared to a low-fee fund. That's a new car or a down payment on a house gone. The fix: stick to low-cost index funds or ETFs with expense ratios below 0.5%, and use platforms with zero commission trades. But here's the crazy part. There's a mistake that's even more common, and it's one you're probably making right now. Let's dive into mistake number 5. Mistake number 5, letting emotions drive your decisions. Picture this: the market's soaring, and you're feeling like a genius, buying everything in sight because you're invincible. Then the market dips, and suddenly you're panicking, selling everything to cut your losses. Sound familiar? This is emotional investing, and it's a wealth killer. In 2022, when inflation fears tanked the market, countless beginners sold at the bottom, only to miss the recovery that followed. Behavioral finance studies show that investors who let fear or greed guide them lose. Stick to a plan. The trick: create a clear investment strategy and follow it, no matter how you're feeling. Write it down, automate your investments, and don't check your portfolio every day. It'll save your sanity and your money. But here's where it gets wild. Mistake number 6 is so shocking, it's the one mistake even smart investors make. Mistake number 6, investing without a plan. In building a house without a blueprint, you'd end up with a staircase to nowhere and a roof that leaks. That's what investing without a plan is like. Beginners often jump in with no clear goal. You saving for retirement, a house, or just trying to grow wealth? Without a plan, you're just throwing darts blindfolded. In 2019, a survey found that 65% of new investors didn't even know why they were investing. They just wanted to make money. That's a recipe for failure. A good plan includes your goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. For example, if you're 25 and saving for retirement, you can afford to take risks with stocks. But if you're 55, you might want safer bets like bonds. The craziest part? People who invest with a plan earn up to 15% more annually than those who wing it. So grab a pen, write down your goals, and stick to them. But hold up, mistake number 7 is the biggest of all, and it's one that could ruin everything you've worked for. Mistake number 7, not starting at all. This one's the silent killer. Picture this. You're waiting for the perfect time to invest, maybe when you have more money, when the market feels less scary. But every day you wait, you're losing out on the power of compounding. Let's break it down. If you invest $5,000 today at an 8% annual return in 30 years, that's $50,000. But if you wait just 5 years to start, you'll have $10,000 less. 10 years? You're down $20,000. Time is your biggest asset, and every day you delay is money you'll never get back. In 2023, a study showed that 40% of millennials haven't started investing because they're waiting for the right moment. Spoiler: there is no perfect moment. Start small, even if it's $50 a month, and let time work its magic. The biggest mistake isn't making a bad investment, it's not investing at all. So, there you have it. The 7 deadly mistakes beginners make when investing their money. Avoid these and you're already ahead of 90% of new investors. Let's recap. Don't chase hot tips, diversify your portfolio, stop trying to time the market, watch out for fees, keep your emotions in check, make a plan, and most importantly, start now. Investing isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building wealth over time with smart, consistent choices. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want more tips to avoid financial disasters and build real wealth, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. What's the biggest investing mistake you've made? Drop it in the comments below, and let's learn from each other. See ya in the next one.